celebrate America's 250th birthday. The world's most British luxury brand just parked over $1.5 million worth of custom-built metal on sovereign UK soil. But is this merely a birthday card on wheels? Or is it a masterclass in high-stakes diplomacy? Using ultra-luxury to quietly secure Britain's most critical economic alliance during a time when global geopolitics feel increasingly fragile and unpredictable. While some might look at this from the outside and see nothing more than a flashy, high-end car show, the reality runs much deeper. To truly understand what is happening here, you have to look behind the curtain, read between the lines, and realize that this is a highly calculated power move, disguised as a celebration. 250 years after a very public, very expensive split from the British Crown. The most quintessentially British brand on earth, just through the United States, a massive, ultra-exclusive birthday party. Even more ironic, the celebration was hosted by British Ambassador Sir Christian Turner himself at his stately Georgian residence on Embassy Row in Washington, D.C. Looking at the photographs captured on that manicured, sovereign British lawn, the afternoon sun caught the chrome of three absolute masterpieces. They didn't just bring tea to this party. They brought three custom-built, highly exclusive, red, white, and blue land yachts, flown directly from West Sussex, England. It turns out, 250 years is just enough time for old enemies to become best customers. Serving as a reminder, that time has a beautiful way of turning old conflicts into shared triumphs. Handcrafted at the global home of Rolls-Royce in Goodwood. This USA 250 collection represents the ultimate automotive olive branch. Wrapped in hand-polished wood, buttery leather, and millions of dollars of bespoke metal. Each of these one-of-one creations was commissioned by a different anonymous American collector, forming a rolling tribute to the American flag, right on the British government's sovereign soil. Beyond the metal, though, it represents something deeply human. The celebration of a milestone, and the quiet satisfaction of looking back at how far we've come. But wait until you see which of these three collectors chose a color so incredibly rare. Rolls-Royce had to dig deep into their vault just to find the inspiration. The first of the trilogy is a menacing Cullinan, wrapped in a deep, lustrous Bohemian red, built to honor America's strength, courage, and entrepreneurial spirit. Even through the lens of a camera, you can practically hear the heavy coach door clicking shut with a vacuum-sealed whisper, instantly vanishing the hum of the Washington crowd peering at the interior photos. It looks less like a car and more like a sanctuary, a private gallery where the outside world softens, validating every late night and hard-won victory you've ever had. It brings to mind Jim Rohn's timeless philosophy that you should set a goal to become a millionaire for what it makes of you to achieve it. This car isn't just transport. It is the physical trophy of who you had to become to earn it. Given that a standard Cullinan starts at a modest $440,000, this heavily customized bespoke model easily crossed the $500,000 mark. And yet, it's actually the least expensive car in the trilogy. If the Cullinan is the trophy for the journey, the next car in the fleet, the Phantom, is the monument to the destination. This heavy hitter of the fleet is finished in English white, designed to symbolize the founding ideals and timeless elegance of the nation, tracing the lines of the flawlessly matched dashboard veneer. In the photographs, you realize this level of detail is almost unbelievable. To imagine sitting inside it is to contemplate a deeper truth. That true luxury, like personal character, is built on an uncompromising standard of daily discipline. It represents the belief that extraordinary success is simply the natural result of consistently refining the basics, starting at $550,000. Before you even touch Rolls-Royce's legendary catalogue of Starlight headliners and champagne chillers. This is pure rolling status. Rounding out the trilogy is a sleek Ghost, painted in a striking modern iguazu blue, a shade specifically chosen to capture American innovation, optimism, and limitless horizons. Looking closely at the high-resolution shots, you can almost catch your reflection in the deep, mirror-like paint. Seeing the subtle metallic flake dancing under the light, it perfectly mirrors that quiet inner voice we all have that whispers, "What's next?" and dares us to dream a little bigger. As Jim Rohn famously warned, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. This Ghost, retailing at a base price of $355,000, is built entirely for the person who designed their own destiny. While the combined base price of these three luxury beasts sits at roughly $1.34 million, the actual price tag paid by the three anonymous buyers is a closely guarded secret, with the extreme level of bespoke personalization applied to each vehicle. The final total for the trilogy is comfortably north of $1.5 million. It begs the question, why would a British brand go to such absurd lengths to celebrate an American revolution? As Ambassador Sir Christian Turner good-humoredly joked at the event, the two nations have officially put that little disagreement of 1776 behind them. In reality, the gesture is built on a deep mutual appreciation, but also on cold, hard cash. North America is Rolls-Royce's absolute largest global market, buying more highly profitable, completely custom bespoke commissions than any other region on Earth. The love affair is so intense that the marque recently opened a dedicated private office in New York just to help wealthy Americans design their dream rides. This obsession with American luxury isn't new. In fact, the deep connection actually goes back over a century. In the early 1900s, Rolls-Royce operated a manufacturing plant in Springfield, Massachusetts, marking the only time in the company's legendary history that its cars were built outside of England. To ensure these American-made Springfield Ghosts met the uncompromising standards of British royalty, Rolls-Royce actually hired local Massachusetts watchmakers, as only their highly specialized hands were deemed precise enough to assemble the delicate early dashboard instruments. 250 years after the revolution, the tax on tea might be long gone, but the American appetite for British luxury has never been stronger. We may not all have $1 million garage, but we all know the feeling of wanting to pause, look at what we've built, and treat ourselves to something that feels like home. I felt that exact pull, just studying the photos of these three titans of luxury. The sudden urge to reflect on the long road traveled. So, if you had the millions to spend and wanted to honor your own journey, which of these patriotic land yachts are you parking in your garage? Are you taking the bold Bohemian red Cullinan, the serene English white Phantom, or the forward-looking iguazu blue Ghost? Or, when you strip away the layers of polished wood and hand-stitched leather, do you see right through the illusion of those red, white, and blue colors, recognizing this entire display for what it truly is? A masterclass in hard-nosed, high-stakes British diplomacy, disguised as a birthday party?